Coming up on SUTV, we'll talk new updates about this year's commencement speaker.
And catch you up on everything you need to know about fall registration. Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Jesse Anderson.
And I'm Kaden Butterfield.
SU's commencement speaker has been a hot topic over the past few weeks. But with recent news, those debates are likely to come to a close. The speaker, well-known public figure from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Jeffrey R. Holland, was recently diagnosed with COVID-19. Due to this illness, he may be excused from church duties and will no longer be attending or speaking at SU's commencement ceremony. Further details on the commencement ceremony have not yet been released. However, students should keep an eye out for updates over the next 24 hours.
Frontier Homestead State Park is a great place to learn about the history of our small town here in Cedar City. Here's Max Guerrero with more on the story.
Frontier Homestead State Park contains a different variety of exhibits and hands-on activities at the park for all ages to enjoy. You can see the different exhibits such as the horse-drawn wagon collection to the old historic buildings they have at the park. They also have a Minecraft exhibit called Parkcraft for all children to enjoy. They have a huge variety of exhibits to enjoy from and a gift shop with different items for all ages to enjoy. The employees are hard at work to make your sightseeing absolutely perfect for when you visit.
So I really love Utah State Parks in general. I like to be out in the public, and it's kind of like being a party planner, helping other people have fun and recreate. But I really like Frontier Homestead because of the history aspect of the park. So we do a lot of field trips here, and we have a lot of events throughout the year where we do fun activities with groups and with kids. They're always educational, and they're also recreational, and I just love to share that with people. So we're a pioneer history museum. We have collections from all around Iron County to tell the story of the settling of this area, but also it tells the greater story of the settling of themselves. So of course we have the wagon collection, which was basically what started the museum. We have both restored wagons and aged wagons that are 100 to 150 years old. We have one that people can climb inside and get a picture. And we have farm equipment that was used before motorized vehicles. It's really cool that people have a connection to a lot of what they see here.
For more information, check out frontierhomestead.org to learn more about the park. From SUTV News, I'm Max Guerrero.
Debate about the Willow Project has continued after its recent approval. The Willow Project is an oil development project by ConocoPhillips, located on the plain of the National Petroleum Reserve in Alaska. It was originally constructed to operate up to 5 drill pads for a total of 250 oil wells. On March 13th of this year, the Bureau of Land Management issued their final statement on the project, after which lawmakers from both diplomatic sides, as well as the Arctic Slope Regional Corporation, have shown their support for the Willow Project. The Biden administration has approved the project because ConocoPhillips holds the leases and has the legal right to drill for oil. Environmental and indigenous groups, as well as ClimateWire, have begun to file lawsuits against the project in hopes of preserving the environment.
We would like to remind SUU students that registration season is happening right now. Yesterday at 8 a.m., freshman registration officially opened, allowing all students to register for the fall 2023 semester. For those who have questions about registration or those who can't find the classes necessary to graduate, visit mysu.edu to learn more and to find the visiting hours for your ACE.
Registration.
We don't really have to do it anymore
Yeah,
for a little bit because
yeah.
we're both graduating. But
Definitely.
I'll be registering for grad level courses in the fall.
That's so
But
exciting.
that's still a ways
yeah.
away, so I'm
yeah.
just gonna soak this time up.
It's a good
Not be so
time, yeah.
stressed. They fill up so fast. Classes. Like
Definitely.
being a
It's so
freshman is not a good
wild.
time.
Yeah, or even
around
being a
class
sophomore or
registration.
junior.
Even a sophomore or junior, yeah. Senior.
Yeah.
Being a senior student athlete is pretty good, but anything else is not really.
Yeah,
where we
or
wanna be,
honor
so.
student too.
Or honor student,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah, I forgot that they get early registration as well.
Yeah.
But,
Good stuff.
yeah. I think that was the
Coming up, more information on the BFA exhibit.
and information on Cedar City's local music scene. The SUU Gaming Club recently held a LAN party at the PE building. The event invited students to bring their consoles to play games through the course of the night. During the event, many students were encouraged to socialize with their gaming peers. One of the students in charge of the event, Mara Cutler, shared some thoughts about events the club holds.
We try to focus more on the social aspect instead of the video game aspect, because we want to just kind of create that environment where you can come in person and meet people with similar tastes. We have events like the LAN party, which is a pretty mentally challenging party where you have to stay awake for 12 hours and play video games and meet new people. We have a slideshow night where you can make a slideshow and present whatever you want. We have just your general parties where you come and eat food and chat, and yeah, it kind of ranges from there.
Tuesday, the 28th, was the opening reception for the Senior BFA exhibition. We sent one of our reporters to the show to see the amazing art displayed.
Henry Matisse once said, "Creativity takes courage," and both creativity and courage were present at the SUU Student BFA exhibition. Seniors graduating in the fields of fine arts, graphic design, illustration, art history, and other disciplines showcased their final projects at the Southern Utah Museum of Art for friends, family, faculty, and peers to enjoy at the opening reception. Working with SUMA and displaying these final projects is a semester-long process and part of one of the last courses needed before graduation. Most students had an overall pleasant experience working with SUMA to display their exhibitions.
It was overall a great process. It took all year, so it was very time consuming, but SUMA worked with me very well. They provided me all the information that I needed.
Each senior's showcase was impressive, and a few of them spoke with me about the inspiration behind their work.
So this is basically visual development for my upcoming webcomic called Only Humanoid. And basically I've had this comic idea for almost a decade, so I decided to make it come to life.
So this is a project that I was working on with a friend. She has this mocktail company, and I did the branding for it.
So my project, I branded a snowboarding company, and the inspiration behind it was that I'm a boarder. I've been a boarder for a while, and I really wanted to make stuff that I liked that was inspired by my own personal design style.
The BFA exhibition is open until Friday, April 28th. Reporting from SUTV, I'm Allie Kellogg.
Cedar City's local music scene is expanding rapidly with the help of $2 Tuesday. $2 Tuesday is
Tell me how's your family? Yeah.
across Cedar City meet at the Johnson Art Center at 7 p.m. to enjoy the hour-long show with entrance starting at $2. This event gives local musicians the opportunity to gain exposure while also sharpening their performance skills. Thunder 91's program director, Sarah Hutchings, is a big fan of the event and what it offers to Cedar City's music scene.
This venue really supports local artists a ton because they have the opportunity to perform there. And then the SU community or Cedar City community, they're able to go and watch them perform. That's perfect. That's what we want. It's great and it's a lot of fun.
SUU's choirs held their commercial music concert, which featured local band Alternate Currents and soloists from the choirs. The concert consisted of several jazz covers of popular songs, as well as a few original songs by the students. The band Alternate Currents, which features soloists, backup singers, guitarists, and a number of brass instruments, played alongside the choir to pay tribute to several well-known artists. These artists included Adele, Stevie Wonder, The Beatles, and many more. Alternate Currents is a band created around SUU's new music production major, which provides students the opportunity to learn about creating and producing their own music. The concert was also an opportunity for students to come together and appreciate the talents of their classmates, and be introduced to some good music.
Next week, SUU Student Association will host Sunfest, a week-long calendar of events including a drive-in movie, bingo, and a club fair. Other notable events include a student concert titled Make a Hit on Tuesday night from 7 to 9 p.m., which will feature songs made over the course of 3 days through the collaboration of musicians and producers. Fun Day Friday is another day full of activities that will include hot air balloon rides from 8 to 10 a.m., as well as an EDM dance from 7 to 11 p.m., among other events. More information can be found at suu.edu/events.
As many of you may have noticed, we are still receiving snow. Here's Chevy with more information on Cedar City's recent zany weather.
According to weather.gov, in 2022, Cedar City amassed around 11 inches of precipitation. With an increase this year, I was able to catch up with some students and see how they were handling it.
It's been pretty bad, just non-stop snow, I feel like. And it's not supposed to stop for like the next 2 or 3 days, which just sounds miserable to me, but yeah, it's not good.
Since the beginning of the year, Cedar City has amassed 3.8 inches of precipitation, with more expected in the upcoming weeks. At its current pace, Cedar City is expected to amass more rain in 2023 than it did the year prior.
Yeah, this is probably some of the worst weather I've seen here since my time here at SU. My freshman year was pretty bad. There was definitely a late spring, but with this weather right now and just how much days we had snow just back to back to back and just wet conditions, it's pretty bad because the last 2 years, my sophomore and junior year, it's been pretty well with spring and all that, so yeah.
All we can do is bundle up and stay warm. For SUTV News, I'm Chevy Blackburn.
What are you excited for about Sunfest?
The hot air balloon.
The hot air balloons will be so fun. I'm really hoping that I can get on one of them.
Definitely.
Cool. I've never done that. That's always something I wanted to do, is ride in a hot air balloon. But I feel like the EDM dance would be really cool too.
Yeah, that has a lot of potential for being really great. I really hope I get on the hot air balloon this year.
I'll keep my fingers crossed for you.
Yeah,
Thank you. It's in the morning, so just get there early. You know.
Fingers crossed I can wake up in time.
Yeah, that'll be super fun though.
Definitely. Hot air balloons are so cool. I've really liked them since I was a kid.
Yeah, they're really cool. My family lives in St. George, and they have hot air balloons that take off like every morning around where they live. So I've always been around them. I've just never gotten to.
That's so cool. That's so awesome.
Anyway.
And now over to Hannah with updates on the 7-day forecast and more on Utah snowfall.
Coming up on SUTV Weather, we'll talk about Utah snowfall and what the next 7 days look like for Cedar City. Stay tuned.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner!
Go?
Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family.
Yeah!
Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait,
Oh, hey, bud.
Oh.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
It's a school night. With Gary and Todd?
Yeah?
Not sure about those two. I've been meaning to ask you. This is tougher than I thought. Is there any drinking going on in this crowd?
No.
I hope not, because alcohol can lead you to say things and do things that you really wish you hadn't. Isn't this what you're supposed to say?
I know.
So if any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't. I'd do anything to keep you safe.
Okay, I will.
I hope this is working.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you.
Ryan.
Yeah?
So start the conversation even before they're teenagers.
Good idea.
For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Welcome back to SUTV. I'm Hannah McKeever. Snowfall in Utah has hit record-breaking numbers. Utah snowpack has hit 201% above normal on Monday, according to the Utah Department of Natural Resources. This latest storm did push the statewide average over the 200 threshold. This snow has caused some accidents close to Beaver, as well as up and down the I-15 road that have led to shutdowns. But lucky for Cedar City, we seem to be done with the snow for at least the next 7 days. Looking at our 7-day forecast today, we had a high of 49 and a low of 28. Friday, the temperatures start to go up, luckily. 57 with a high tomorrow, low of 37. Saturday and Easter Sunday looking to be in the low to mid 60s with lows in those 30s. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we will be getting some warmer weather with 71, 73, and then back to 71. Those lows still in the 40s. With Wednesday having some cloud cover, so make sure that you don't put away those jackets just quite yet. Make sure that they're out so that you can bundle up on that Wednesday just in case there's some wind, as the sun will not give you any heat today. We'll get you back to the desk to get you some more Southern Utah news.
I have to say, I'm really happy that the weather is starting to warm back up. I'm pretty over the snow.
Definitely. Seeing it all melt is pretty exciting.
It is, yeah. The ice goes away, and then all the colors come out. Like, all the flowers are going to start blooming, and then grass will show again. I just moved, and the townhomes I live in have a park in the middle, but it's been totally covered with snow. So I'm just excited to see that grass and take my dog for a walk. Yeah, the grand reveal. I like that. Thanks for the weather update, Hannah. Here's a quick look at what's coming up next in sports.
Coming up on SUTV Sports, we've got all you need to know about SU softball and your SUU lacrosse teams. Stay tuned.
Observe a domesticated human family in their natural habitat, known to their species as the backyard.
Hey, you think I should light it now?
I think it's good.
Yeah?
Oh dear, someone is about to burn a pile of debris that's too tall, which can start a wildfire. Wait, could it be? Blimey, it is.
It's Smokey.
It's Smokey Bear. What a legend.
Hey, it's Smokey. Sorry, it was too high. Right.
Watch as he astutely ensures that there's no wind, and how he removes some of the debris to create a smaller, safer burning pile.
No, you said make it bigger, baby. The bigger, the better.
Take note of our fearless furry friend here, humans.
I appreciate it. Fist bump.
Watching you.
Smokey's done it again.
Bye, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to SUTV Sports. I'm Jessie Anderson. On Wednesday, SUU women's basketball coach Tracy Sanders signed a brand new 5-year contract to stay in Cedar City. Sanders is coming off of a 23-win season with a Western Athletic Conference championship and an appearance in March Madness. The new contract ties Sanders to Southern Utah through the 2027-2028 school year. Women's basketball also announced yesterday that senior Tamira Whitman will be returning for her 5th year With the departure of Sharita Doherty, Whitman is expected to take on a bigger role next season. SUU men's lacrosse team is coming off their first win last Saturday against Western Colorado. We sent Caden to find out more.
SUU men's lacrosse held their first ever home game last weekend and beat Western Colorado 25-5. Eric Farish, a senior midfielder, scored 4 goals to help lead the team to their victory.
The game last weekend, we came in with a lot of energy, a lot more physical than we did the weekend before, and overall we just played as a team and put a lot of goals in the back of the net.
The team prepares to face off against Air Force Academy this weekend. Air Force is ranked first in their division, but SUU is working hard to keep the energy high for the game.
2 minutes, 2 down. Make it happen, gentlemen.
A key player to SUU's offense is attackman Ben Hassett. He's ready for SUU to continue their winning streak.
This week we were trying to keep the energy rolling. We've been working really hard in practice on the type of plays that we're going to be running against Air Force and, getting it all wrapped up.
The game will be held in Durango, Colorado, and will be the first time the two teams meet this season.
For the women's lacrosse team, they played their last game of the season on Thursday here in Cedar City against Utah Tech, winning 16-3. Both teams are still fairly new here at SUU and are working to build their teams for next season. Anyone interested in learning more should follow both teams on Instagram, and anyone wanting to play should visit SUUlacrosse.com. Last weekend, SUU softball had their first home games of the season against Stephen F. Austin. The Birds kicked off their homestand last Friday, winning one of the 2 games before wrapping up play on Saturday. Aiden Mortensen is a student here at SUU and attended all 3 games this weekend.
I think I've really started to love, the nuance that kind of goes into the pitching, all the thought that goes into it, the thought process, and then how the batter has to react each and every time. It's not like a one-off thing. You just have to keep going. At least like those pitching battles, I love to watch those specifically.
Due to some weather concerns, softball's next home series against Cal Baptist has been delayed to next week, with the first 2 games being played on Tuesday at 1 and 3, the 3rd game on Wednesday at noon. SUU men's and women's track and field teams continued their outdoor season last weekend in California against Stanford, the University of California, Irvine, and San Francisco University. The 3 met that weekend. It was highlighted by 2 school records being broken by Haley Tan and Ashley Davis. Tan broke her previous school record in the women's 3,000 meter, and Davis dominated the men's triple jump mark. Both teams will stay in Utah this weekend as they travel up to Salt Lake City to take on the University of Utah in the annual Spring Classic. For SUTV Sports, I'm Jesse Anderson.
Sounds like our sports teams have been doing pretty well the last couple weeks. I know that our gymnastics team did. I know that they also got put out from their last competition, but they did really good all season, and so for other teams.
Definitely. The Flippin' Birds are really awesome and incredible. I can't believe how accomplished all of our wonderful athletes are. It's really awesome to see.
Absolutely. We'll have more SUU news after the break.
Awkward. Do I look familiar? I should. You might remember me from here. Here. Or maybe even here. But an awkward silence can be a great thing. It can actually be a perfect moment to reach out to a friend and ask if they're okay if they seem down. It doesn't matter how you say it.
You all right?
Everything's okay?
All G?
You all right, girl?
Oh,
you cool?
You bugging dog.
Just show you're there for them. Go on, Kelly. Seize the awkward.
Hey, you haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Most students will eventually take their turn at the SUU Testing Center. There are a few things that the staff here want you to remember. Make sure that you have some form of your T-card, whether that is your physical card or your online ID. Also, make sure that your cell phone is shut down and inside your backpack before you go in to take your test. Next, make sure that you are quiet while inside the testing center, as other students are also taking tests. The testing center is open from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday. The last check-in time is at 7 p.m., so be sure to be there early. If you have any questions, visit the SUU Testing Center's website.
The first medical marijuana pharmacy has opened recently here in Cedar City. We sent our reporter Christian to find out what they offer.
Zion Medicinal is a Utah medical cannabis pharmacy that has joined our small town here in Cedar City, and that is looking to change the face of medical marijuana.
We, a lot of times, are grown up with, our parents or whoever has taught us things. This is bad, this is evil, this is, good, right? Marijuana is a gateway drug, whatever it is that brought someone, to their understanding about cannabis. When, let's face it, it grows out of the ground, it's a natural plant. It's been on this earth for thousands of years.
Medical marijuana has been shown to reduce anxiety, reduce inflammation, and relieve pain. With a prescription, they can help guide you to what will work best for you and what can help achieve those needs. For SUTV, I'm Christian Sanchez.
Spring break for college students can look a lot of different ways. Caden spent a week in Europe with a group of SUU students and faculty as they explored the city of Lisbon, Portugal.
A group of SUU students and faculty spent their spring holiday exploring the city of Lisbon, Portugal. Led by Hayden Coombs and Jonathan Holloman, both professors of communication at SUU, highlights of the trip included exploring the vibrant city, visiting Sintra, a renowned UNESCO World Heritage Site, and sampling all kinds of delicious food, namely authentic European gelato. This trip was one of many offered by SUU's Office of Learning Abroad.
To learn more about future trips sponsored by the Office of Learning Abroad, visit suu.edu/studyabroad.
Recently, Southern Utah University's advanced black and white photography class had the opportunity to explore the Southern Utah Museum of Art's Brett Weston collection. Brett Weston, Edward Weston, specialized in black and white photograph development. Many of his pieces take an abstract look at nature through the use of intense shadows and obscure perspectives. Suma received the 50 photographs in the collection through donors, and they are currently a part of the museum's permanent collection. Those interested in seeing the pieces for themselves can talk to the front desk about accessing digital copies of the images.
The Ice Castles in Midway, Utah had their last night of the season on February 25th. Over 100 people attended to see the various ice structures, tunnels, and fountains that was built with 25,000 tons of ice. Attendee Mara Jensen commented on the magnificence of the Ice Castle.
I really liked the ice castles. I haven't been here in a long time, so it was nice to see them again. I think they're super magical. It makes me think of Narnia and all the fantasy stories that I've read over the years. And I was also just impressed with all of the work that it took to make these castles.
Tickets for the upcoming season will be on sale this December. You can find out more about the ice castles at icecastles.com. Thanks for tuning in. That's all we have for you. I'm Jessie Anderson.
And I'm Kaden Butterfield. Tune in next week for more SUTV news.